Hello and good day, I'm 7foot Dustbunny and this is Captain of Industry, and I just want to get straight into it today. There's a couple of things I need to sort of mention. I didn't realise that I have a shop down here for selling household appliances, which would probably help our Unity situation, I would think here, but I never made it, so that was silly. And we need to put this on to household appliances and say, keep it full. So we'll release that and tell it to get going. Now, I've been doing some thought over here and I've made a few preparations. I've prepared a bit for some electronics to come down through, and I've actually squeezed an additional electronics factory in here, just to sort of make the numbers work with plenty of surplus. As is, I think the numbers will work, but yeah, it's not great. And we will continue on building up our sort of what's going to be our component situation. However, what we need to address is also the amount of concrete we need. And this is actually, I've been looking at this numbers wise, and this is some startling numbers. Even with a T2 concrete machine, which produces 24 concrete per minute, which you'd think that's not bad. Well, each one of these is going to consume 24 concrete per minute. That is just massive numbers. So that's way more than I thought about. So we're going to have to set up quite a serious sort of concrete factory down here. I'm going to move us back to sort of normal speed, and I probably will keep an eye on this and start releasing some of this to be produced, just so we don't have a massive glut of materials taken from our system when I suddenly release all of it. I'm also going to have to change over here, but we'll get to that. So first things first, I think we got to look at the concrete situation, and that needs concrete mixers too. So if we have a look here, and I want 2 lines of it going up here, and I'm not going to make the mistake I made, which I do think of as a bit of a mistake. The mistake I made here, which is to have them all going in and then not have enough capacity. I'm going to put them going out and have 2 lines, because that seems better. So you are going to be making concrete from slag, and the reason we're going to have to make a change over here is because, working out the maths, even these 4 are not going to produce enough slag. We're going to need to pipe some of the slag over from here, off this line over here, round into a system here, so we can actually take some of that slag and supplement supplies. I might have to tweak this further later, but at the moment I think it'll be fine. I don't know what's happening with the slag from these over here. Probably separate slag disposal, yeah, down over here. And I don't really want to pull it all the way over. But yeah, the slag's gonna have to flow, I'm afraid. So let's get back on with this over here with the concrete. So I'm going to flip this here, and I did do a tiny weeny bit of testing here. And if I put a pipe here, it seems to now, I'm sure it didn't do that before, but it seems to now connect to both, which is exactly as you want it to be. So I'm really not going to complain about that. That seems absolutely perfect. So this is going to be the basis of our sort of output. In fact, I'm probably going to just trim that back by another 1 there, just so it can go up and over in a minute. And the other thing I want to do is put a flat lift here, because what we're going to do is we're going to run 3 lines here, each at different heights, and we're going to pull them through. So this is going to, I'm probably going to bring most of it down over one side here, not quite sure which side yet, and then bring it down to sort of join in here, and the other line's going to come probably over the top, I guess. I'll have to look at how things lay out in a minute. But what we'll do is we'll copy that and put that there. And then I'm going to copy this and put this a bunch of times. That's 4, that's 8. And yeah, this is then going to have to become like the de facto road here, isn't it? So we're going to have to bring another 2. And that is 10. So that's going to make this. We're going to make a de facto sort of road set up here. And I think I'll give myself a couple of extra lines just in case I need it in the future. There we go. And then we've got the road there. Then this version, my plan is going to be to sort of build this out first. Whether this is wise or not, I don't know. But we'll see. So, plan is going to be, let's see, to go like here. I think that will be enough. We'll see. I'll have to test it here. And you're going to go down there. And then, of course, each of these is just going to have level 1 conveyor going off it. So we'll see. Now I'm hoping, well, actually my copy, oh, that's not going to work like that, is it? So hang on, let's get rid of that then. And I'm just going to get rid of that there for a second, and then I'm going to copy the whole of this. So I was trying to work out how I want to do it there, and I think I've got to do it like this. So I've made gap 3. So gap of 3 it is. I'm hoping 3 is enough to come down just 1 level. So I'm going to have to test that in a second, and that's going to be quite important because, so let's actually test that now. So if I turn this off and make another layer here, so this is going to be essentially the next layer, which will then go like this, and that's fine, that's going to work. Then we're going to bring, it's actually going to be going the other way, I suspect, going this way. So if we just build a layer like that a second, and then say, I want you, sir, to come down into there, that's going to fit. Yeah, that's actually much better and much more compact than what I've made in some of the others. So it's a learning curve. That's how that's going to go. So that is going to work. So for now, I'm just going to delete those bits. And that one and that one. Because what I'm probably going to do is make a big storage over here somewhere. Probably right here. For the actual concrete itself. Or cement, sorry, would be the correct term. So that would be, right, put a storage right here. Even if I'm blocking those two. That's going to be cement drop off. And then this is going to come around here and go there. So the trucks are just going to pick up the cement. This is going to disappear. But everything else, of course, is going to go the other way because it naturally will go the other way. Just because it'll be coming in from the other side. Because one of these is going to be slag or crushed slag is the plan. The other one is going to be sand, which obviously doesn't need to be crushed. And and then we're good to go. So I'm doing it this way because this is going to be much easier for me to hook up than the other ones I've done. At least I think it will be. If I build it like this, this will be, I mean, obviously that was a bit shite, but let's just get rid of it and start again. There, right, there we go, and connect and connect. Yeah, I think that's going to work much better. Just in terms of doing all the hookup. Because it's a bit monotonous hooking them up like this. But it will work. So again, if I put the next layer up here, and that's going to go to here. And then we go back to level 1, and I can turn the snapping back on and connect those in. And there we go. And that just seems to be a lot easier and a lot cleaner to sort of connect up and build this way. And in my mind, it's going to be a lot prettier. Not that pretty is actually that important for a factory, but you know, I like it to be pretty. Okay, so bringing it back in now, there we are, we're done. And yeah, this makes me a lot happier in terms of looks. I know looks shouldn't be a big factor, but for me right there, that's much improved. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to strip this off, and we're going to strip some of this back and sort of reassess how we're going to do this slag over here, because obviously now we're planning to make good use of this slag. Now how much slag is going to be on here? 18, 36. Yeah, so that's actually not going to be man enough for the job, I suspect. I might actually have to upgrade that after I've made it. But we'll worry about that later. Because I'd never forget something like that, and it would never go horribly, horribly wrong off the back of it, would it? No, glad you agree. So, right, this one, if I can, I'm going to get it to join in like that, which will make it a bit tidier. And then over here I want to put a U-shaped balancer, and if I can join it to there, yes, nice, excellent. So this one will go down into here, and this one will go along and down into here. And this U-shaped balancer will priority out right over here into what's going to be a big fat, if I can squeeze it in, loose storage for slag. There we go. Perfect. So from there we're going to chuck in, this is even going to take a conveyor. Well, I could do a conveyor level 3, or I could just do 2 thingy ones. I'm just going to do 2 thingy ones. So these 2 are going to be priority out. And obviously we already have in over there. But essentially we're actually going to take maybe a smidge off here. And this one is somehow going to need to come into here. Like so. Perfect. And that's going to be a bit of our extra slag. And this will provide us with, trucks are not going to do anything here. This is just a buffer. But this is now going to run, and this is where I have to do a bit of maths. So 18. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, there's 180. And this is, so I'm sure I did the maths on this. 24 times 8 is 92. So that works out there. That's fine. This is going to be having to bring down a lot of slag, to be quite honest. So what we're going to need is a couple of the big kilns. So we're actually going to need a couple of them. So let's, I can't find it easily, so let's grab the one over here. Because what we're talking about is one of these. I don't know if I can squeeze another one in there. Can I? Yes, I can. Tight but doable. So this is now going to have to be slag crushing. No copper, please. Sorry. And you are slag crushing. No copper, please. Thank you. So this is probably going to run around either up here and then down this way to come over. It could have run around the outside, but I probably won't. But I think this is overkill for my needs in terms of actual size, because if I need 180 times 2, these are going to do... Oh, I was thinking they would do 116. They are not going to cut it. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So that's an interesting little thing I hadn't considered right there. Okay. So they're not going to cut it. I need 3. So what if I put them down here? So instead, we're going to delete those 2. And we'll take a conveyor. Level 3, 180 times 2, no problem there for a level 3. So we can bring 1 level 3 conveyor. We'll just take out here. And I'll just bring it straight down, and then it's going to go literally around the outside all the way along here. Into these. So that's going to go there for a second. And I might even buffer. I wasn't going to, but as we're doing it over here, I'm going to buffer the loose slag or the crushed slag, because I may as well now. So I may as well buffer it and do it that way. Where's the bloody kilns? Screw it. Copy it again. Okay. Let's copy you. Yep. And then we'll... Which way around you going? That'll be fine. Like that. I think right there will be fine. So let's fix this before I forget. And then we're going to copy that. That's going to be... Ooh, that wasn't so pretty. That's going to be short of the 180 I need. Oh, that... I did it again. There you go. That's going to actually be short of the 180 I need. So I'm going to have to copy it one more time. I get that right this time? Yes. Okay. Good stuff. Now, what we'll do, bring that will go down here. And that's going to come right around into there. And each of these is in fact going to have to take... No, that'll be fine because it's not... I'm thinking it's 216 again, but it's not. There you go. So that is basically then at capacity. And this one will go down here. Plonk that into there. And the U-shaped conveyor this side will just plonk in. Plonk in. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is just because I think that I could use rock. I could. But in all fairness, to me that just seems wrong. If you can use slag and reuse your essentially a waste product, you know, what is essentially one of your waste products, if you can reuse your waste product to turn it into a building material, you do that. That is, you know, good environmentalism, good ethics, good everything, good business. You know, take something that is waste, turn it into something with value. So that is a win. So now just gonna chunk all these out. Hang on, I have... Oh god. I've just done this wrong. because what I've just done is I've done it on level 2 belt, thinking it's fine, it's 180, but it's not 180, it's 240. So this needs to be level 3 belt. It doesn't, strictly speaking, need to be level 3 all the way down. It probably only needs to be level 3 from down here. I probably could have got away with it, but still. So this is something I'm going to have to think about up here as well. I mean, as is, we've got multiple coming out to go round, so that should be fine. But some of these belts may well need upgrading just to cope with the raw throughput that we're going to be demanding of them here. Because I don't think I'd quite appreciated how much throughput I was designing into the system. That's fine. You know, we've made the system for it. It should work beautifully. Right, I'm gonna go and connect the rest of that up, and then we'll work on connecting this bit up, and we'll look at what we're doing next. Okay, so I've done some of the connecting up. Now I'm actually taking, because level 2 belt over to here with the sand will actually be enough. So my plan is to now take, maybe if we go, okay, let's bring that up here. I think I still not quite, still need to bring it along there like that. Okay. And then that is going to be let's line that up. Makes me feel better, and yoink, like that. Or what would actually make me feel better is to go from there and then down. Perfect. Lovely. And that is going to be sand coming in. So now we've got everything to produce all the concrete we need to start producing like ludicrous numbers of level 1 components. Now we need to start thinking about level 2 components, because I think I've got this right. And in all honesty, once I've got to level 2 components and maybe level 3 components, I'm going to start releasing this. And this bit, actually, I am going to unpause this copper world here and get that going and let that start firing up. We don't have an issue with copper demand, but we may do in a minute when we start chunking through a whole bunch of these electronic components. So we don't have an issue with demand there at the moment, but we may in the future. Because what I'll probably start doing is also just unpausing some of these conveyors, see if we can get them started. Where is, oh no, I wonder where that conveyor was going for a second. And then I can start looking at maybe unpausing some of this. But we're going to have, that's going to stick a demand on components and resources for a short moment of time. Ooh, why is Unity so bad? Flu moderate. Oh, they're a bit unhappy. Household goods. Are we not, what's going on with household goods? I thought I was making like vast numbers of household goods. Where are the household goods? They're here. Right. What's the dealio with household goods? What are we missing? We're completely empty on glass because I forgot about the fact I've paused those things. Oh my lord. Okay. Let's unpause. And let's unpause. And glass-wise, 24, 24, that's fine on numbers. This might need to be, this is a conveyor 2, so that's fine. This is a conveyor 2, that's fine. It'll just take a little while to clear stuff out. Don't worry, we'll be fine. Your household goods will be back very shortly. Your glass is coming. Why aren't these gone down now? Are we not... Did that not actually get built? That has still not got built? Wow. Can we quick deliver that? That's probably not got built because of the glass situation. But I hadn't noticed we're getting absolutely maimed on Unity here. I mean, the hospital's working. Mortality is low, but the hospital is doing its thing. I don't know if that on these suddenly being available will actually start making people happier. Should do. I'm going to upgrade you to conveyor level 2 actually. Just so you can chug that in a bit more quickly. That's it, go. Chug, 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 chug. Just so you can try and get them in there faster than they're selling. There you go. I don't know if that will help. That might help offset the Unity disaster going on at the moment. But fortunately we had a bunch of workers, so the mortality's not really killing us, so to speak. And first batches of copper are being produced over here. So we'll get to see if all that is working as planned. And then over here, we're going to need to copy. I'm going to try and copy a chunk of this and see if I can reuse it. I mean, it's not as pretty as what I just did down the other bit. So I could do better. But the other thing is I don't actually need to do better. I know that sounds very poor, but I don't need to do better. Let's see. I want this line space around the outside for that to go. So I need these to, essentially, I want these to line up like that. I think that's fine. And then that's going to go. So we don't actually want that. That's going to go. That's going to go. And then we'll kind of work from there. Because we need to work out what we're putting in. In fact, I might end up scratching this or just adjusting it and moving it. Because this only needs 2 things, doesn't it? If this is making... Yeah. Okay, scratch that. I still want a bit of this set up. I'm going to take this off. I don't need those jobbies. And I am still going to do it this way round, like this. The only annoying thing is I'm now going to have to change all these. I wonder, and granted I've never looked to see if this is a thing, but you know, like in Factorio, there's a key for like copy and paste recipe. I mean, can you do that in this game? Yeah, that's worked. That worked. Because the annoying thing is, like when you change it here, even the inputs stay the old inputs until you refresh it. Again, granted, early access game, but still, little things. So what we're going to be looking at is coming out this way. We're going to need to bring how much? So each of these takes 24. Oh really? Each of those takes 20. Really? Okay. So my thought process is slightly off here anyway, because I thought it... Right, so it takes 24, makes 12. So we actually need 10. So if I copy this and put that there, and then connect this back up like that. Okay, so that's now going to take 24 of those, which is going to take 240 of these. Wow, that's a lot. I've upgraded this belt, but that's still a lot. That belt's going to have to be upgraded. And then it's going to have to come over this way. Because what we're going to need to do is pull in from this corner, and then it's going to split down either side. So down either side you're going to take 120 down here, 120 down there. So again, I think if you go on, if we go 3, and we'll put it there on this corner, and you go along there, down here to there. Then this one is going to go straight the other way. 1, 2, 3, and across all the way down to here. And oh, I didn't realize I've screwed up ever so slightly there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Though I have screwed up, it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to get rid of that, because that's where I've screwed up. So 1, 2, 3 is there. And to there. And then this one is here to here. And that one appears to be going the wrong way all of a sudden. Because what we're actually going to do is bring this belt across, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Actually, we'll deal with that now, because what we're going to do is we're going to pick all this up, yoink, like that, and we're going to move it over a little bit here, because we're not actually going to let trucks go down this road. This is not a truck faring road. There we go. Perfect. And what we're going to have is a bridge here. Again, for a couple of essential parts to come under. Because what we should be able to do is we're going to also bring circuits out over here. Because in a minute we're going to be doing level 3s, and that's going to need these little circuits, my jobbies, to come out this way. So we're going to need to bring circuits onto here. So that's why this is actually in the perfect spot. Because it's gonna get made use of twice over. There we go, that goes there. Now this and this is gonna reverse all the way around, not a problem. And then I need to do a little connection all the way along. Damn it. See, this is what happens. I misclick every so often. And this is going to deliver a shit ton of electronics. And I think I'm not producing enough electronics. There's a chance I'm going to have to do something about that in the end. Because at the moment, if I do my maths right, it says we've got 6 of these producing 24 a time. So 5 of these produce enough for 10. You see where I'm going with this? If 5 of these produce enough for 10, I'm not producing enough. So what I'm going to need to do is probably strip this out and make another one over here and pipe it down here somewhere, quite where it's going to join in the master plan. I'm not sure, because I've populated a lot of levels here, but it'll probably come under here, then come up onto the top of here and come down and go in. But I think I'm gonna end up building another 5 down here. It's all I can see happening, and at the moment I think what I'll end up doing is sticking, for example, conveyor 2 here and here, and then we'll quick deliver that, because then I will delete that one and we'll run this one over here somewhere, maybe just there or something. It doesn't matter if it just runs past the front of here anyway. But I may yet double this up, because as you can see, we're getting through quite a bit of that as well. So we might double this usage up first and then put an extra bunch of this down, which will run through here and over and get in there. Because yeah, I can see we're not going to have enough electronics to make it work here. So yeah, it's a matter of realizing that the infrastructure I was building to start off with is just not big enough. But I think that's because I've decided to go very big on construction components, which I've possibly, you tell me folks, I've possibly gone too big. As in, you know, you never need this many. Which is, yeah, very probably true. I could well have probably cut this down to only 10 and had massively enough. Because the other thing that's going to have to come here is going to be a storage, and in fact this one's probably going to get replaced with a large storage, and it's actually probably going to move here. So I'm going to move this one like right here, and this is going to be a Hidges component storage. This one is actually going to be replaced because I'm going to stick it here. And this is going to be a Hidges component storage. And this is going to get squished a little. Yoink, like so. Get rid of that. And that's going to go straight in. Yoink, yoink. And I'll make this level 2, but I don't think it needs to be. Level 1 would have sufficed. But that's because here, we're now going to have this go down, and how many are we talking about? 24 side. So we are going to have to go level 3 whether we like it or not. So I am going to level 3, it says, all the way along. So I'm going to level 3 all the way along here, right to the end, all the way down to there, and all the way back again to like here. And that will be fine. And then we'll turn our snaps back on. And this is gonna snap in all the way along, hopefully without me cocking it up too much. And I am gonna finish this and plug that one into there. And I think that is gonna be it for this episode, as we start to plan going forwards more and more equipment. And see, our factory's open here. Whether we're going to start to hit power issues, I'm not sure. We are doing okay on coal. Oh look, we have some happiness going back on, and our unity is flying back up. But we seem to actually be quite good on coal at the moment, and even oil, we're back up. We're laughing. But yes, that will be it for this episode. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always. And join us again next time, when we could well be releasing a bunch of this, because level 2 components, level 3 components will be coming up, and level 4 components in a not too distant future. Thanks a lot.